Adding log entries to a horse is a way of recording events for ourselves or sharing events with other people, and in Equibuddy it couldn't be easier. If I begin in the dashboard here and we use Tester, I can click to open Tester. Depending on settings, I may see the horse's profile or I may immediately see the logbook. In this case, I have the profile and I can click at the bottom to move to the logbook. Here I've got 3 logs already created, one for vaccination records, one for general care records, and then a social log for some great photographs. I want to add another log and then put some entries inside it. So if I begin by clicking plus, it asks if I want to add to the social or to the management channels. Anything in the social thread can be read by anyone connected to my horse. The management thread can only be read by people that I have decided have a professional level of access. In this case, I'm going to create a social thread so that everyone can see it. I'm asked for the title, the description, and a photograph to head up my thread. So the title we'll just call Riding in the Country. And I can give it a description, which we'll see appears at the top of the thread later on. This is all the great rides we have had. And then I want to add a photograph just to decorate this, and I can choose from the library of photographs that I have, or of course I can take one directly. And in this case, I'm going to take this photograph and then save. The thread is now being created. I have the title at the top of the screen, and I can now add some entries into here to say what we've done. So what I will do is come in, add another entry. In this case, I'm going to take a different photograph. We'll just choose here from this one. And I'm going to say he was tired, but we had a great ride through the river. If I save that, I can now see that that entry has been added and the photograph is being uploaded. And I could go ahead and add as many more entries as I want. Anyone that I've made a buddy to my horse can also see and add to this channel, as indeed can the professionals. I can now navigate back and see that that Riding in the Country thread has now been added. If I come back up and have a look at my vaccination records, you can see here that I could add all of the dated records for vaccinations. In here, I can add all of my care records. I've already added some great photos in the Riding for the Country. And of course, I can view the photo full screen if I want to by clicking on it. Most people can only view the image, but because I created the post and I'm the owner of the horse, I can also change the image or delete the log. In this case, I'll just view the image. And also, we can scroll in and out, so you can see that I can just use my fingers to pinch the screen in order to see the image at a different size. And if I navigate back. Finally, it's worth pointing out how we add people. If I come to the community, I can now choose to share what I've already created and anything I create in the future by adding people to my horse. If I click on the plus button, I'm asked first of all in this box whether or not I want to add them as a buddy or as a professional. And so to remember, buddies can only see the social channel and professionals can see everything, including the social channel. In this case, I'm going to add a professional. I'm then asked for the email address of who it is I want to add. I can put in myvet@vets.com. Perhaps I made that up. And then I can go ahead and send the invite. What Equibuddy will do is figure out whether or not this person is already a member of Equibuddy. If they are, they'll receive a notification in the app and become connected to my horse almost immediately. In this case, myvet@vets.com is not already part of Equibuddy, so they will have been sent an email inviting them to join the community and automatically then gain access to this horse. And you can see here as well, I receive notification of an email that has been sent to them. So finally, I can navigate away altogether, back to my dashboard, and that's horses, profiles, logs, and adding to the community. Importantly, one other thing to note is on here, you can see these numbers on the dashboard. These tell me that there are unread entries in the logs of these horses. I have not read those logs. So I can move down here to Tickles, click into Tickles, move to the logbook, and immediately see a number of logs that's been added by Tickles owner or by other people connected to the community. And I can then drill down into each one of these logs and see the individual entries that have been created. Here, as I scroll back up the timeline, I can see entries from around 5 months ago with their respective texts. Importantly, if I want to receive immediate notification about changes, then I can use the star in order to move any one of the posts into my personal favorites. Anything that's in my favorites will be notified to me when it changes. And so here, perhaps I'm interested in the farrier records. This is now moved into a favorites section at the top of Tickles logbook. For me, it doesn't affect it for anyone else. And any entries that are now added to farriers will automatically notify me so that I can go and pay attention to it quickly. Regardless of whether I've made it a favorite or not, the numbers that appear on the dashboard will always be there. That's it for today. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.